Wish is fine, I guess. Now, let me just put some perspective on this film. This film is the main event for Disney's 100th year anniversary. This movie is supposed to be the massive representation of Disney's past, present, and their future. Even the tagline for this movie, "A story a century in the making," is hyping this movie up to be on the level of some of their classics like Aladdin, Lion King, Hunchback, and more. And when I say it's just okay, it feels kind of insulting. Let me make this clear, this isn't a bad movie per se, it's just incredibly underwhelming. Let me just start with some positives to soothe you in. The animation is nice, the voice actors try their best to make the script work, especially Chris Pine, and I like most of the songs. Key word is like. And that's all I can say that's relatively positive about this film. The script for this film feels bland and generic, feeling less like a celebration of 100 years of filmmaking and feels more like ticking off a checklist of Disney tropes. A good chunk of the characters are bland and uninteresting. Any of the movie's attempts at comedy fall flat in its face. And anytime the film tries to reference anything from Disney's past, it feels less like a loving tribute and is more like a pretentious wink and nod, like, you see? Remember that from our 100-year catalog? Remember that nostalgia? Remember these movies that are actually better than this? And by the way, remember when I said that I liked most of the songs? Well, despite that, most of them are pretty generic and forgettable. The only one I truly remembered is Asha's solo song, and that's mostly because I hear it in the marketing all the time. And don't get me started on the villain song. This is the first song sung by a villain in 13 years since Mother Knows Best in 2010. And this is what you come up with?
And this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get.
If I played this song in front of footage of the Minions dancing, it would work much better than what the film had to offer. The Playmobil movie had a more intimidating villain song. The Playmobil movie! Overall, while I didn't hate Wish per se, it just left me disappointed and worried about Disney's future. If you want a better tribute to 100 years of Disney, there is a short paired up with the film titled Once Upon a Studio, where a bunch of characters from all of Disney's film catalog gather together for a group picture, and it's filled with more love, care, and passion than about 90% of the film it's paired up with. Overall, Wish gets around like maybe a 5.5 out of 10. Maybe watched on Disney Plus when it arrived, but it's definitely not worth the theater viewing. Somehow an Adam Sandler comedy about a lizard, released the same time as Wish, mind you, was the film that actually made me cry. Yeah, what a world.